Hello, this is Trissa, your host for the Ollie Bomber Jacket Sew Along with Sew a Little Seam, and we are going to be doing our welt pockets now. So hopefully you have gone and marked your pattern pieces for your welt on the front, and then applied your interfacing to the back side of or wrong side of your front pieces, as well as your pocket. So we are going to start off by we're going to be working on the right side, so you want your fabric out, and then we're going to get our corresponding pocket piece, and laying that is going to need to be lined up to the line that we marked, overlapping on the top and bottom of the little eye that we marked. So we're going to line it up here to our line, overlapping a 1/2 inch on either side, making sure that the pocket is going down and that it's facing the zipper. So we are going to start off by sewing a 1/2 inch from the edge, starting and stopping. So we'll basically be starting here. Make sure you back stitch and then do a stitch line all the way to the end of this eye. So you don't want to go past this line that we've made. Okay, so don't stitch past that, but you want to back stitch at the end to secure our stitches in the front and back. And so we're going to do that with this one, and then we're also going to get our lining piece. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong one. Sorry for my shaky camera. I'm holding it with one hand. So then we're also going to do the same thing with our lining piece. After you sew that on, make sure it's wrong side, right side down, and then again we're going to be sewing in a 1/2 inch in. Make sure we are back stitching and stitching a line along here, and then back stitching at the end to secure stitches, and making sure that we don't go past this line that we made. Don't want to go past that. So basically we're going to be sewing outside of here, and so we're going to go ahead and do that for our main welt pocket and the lining on both of our front pieces, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so now we have both of our lines, our stitching sewn on our welt to make our welt pocket. So this is where you want to inspect your stitches to make sure they are even, because this will make sure that your welt is going to look, it's going to be straight or look better, I guess you could say. So if you can't really tell very much, but this side is pretty dang good, where my stitches are pretty straight across. They match up on my line. However, this one ends here, and this one ends a little bit further back. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is stitch it, do a few stitches just to make it hit that line, so these are going to be even, not slanted, or else I'm going to have a wonky welt. And so definitely make sure you inspect your welt. Now that our welt stitches are all lined up on both sides, we are going to go ahead and cut our main fabric so we can slide our welt through. So we are going to be cutting we're going to be cutting along, basically along this line that we drew, but we're going to be stopping about a 1/2 inch before you get to the end, and then we're going to make a Y. But you want to cut as close to you as you can to these stitches that we made. So basically it's going to like this, and then all the way up, without cutting your stitches or cutting through to them, but getting as close as you can. So we're going to go ahead and cut along here. I like to use my rotary cutter just along here, and then I'll use scissors to cut the V, just to make sure it stays nice and pretty. So now we have our holes cut here. After you do that on both sides, we are going to push out our pockets through to the wrong side. Stick them all through. And then we are going to press I'm going to go ahead and press this down, press this, and press. See, if you get a little puckering like that, it means you didn't clip it really well. So I probably need to go in and clip this one a little bit more, see if you can see it's kind of puckering when I'm trying to flip it. It's not flipping all the way out for me, it's kind of puckering. It's because I didn't clip close enough to the edge. So you don't want that puckering to happen, or else you'll see it on the other side. As you can tell, I didn't quite. It might be okay, but I'll probably try to clip that one a little bit closer. But yeah, so go ahead and flip it through. Make sure you iron it on. Make sure you don't have any puckering going on, or else you may need to clip a little bit closer to your seam. So go ahead and do that for both your fronts, and then we will go from there. Okay, so now that we pressed our welt open, you can go ahead and make the welt. However, just know that when you press it, you want to definitely make sure your lining is out of the way, or else you might be able to see it a bit on the right side. If it's folded over at all, you might be able to see that. So definitely make sure it's ironed flat and out of the way. And also, if we did not fix our stitches, we would have a crooked, or what would be crooked on the corners. It wouldn't be a nice rectangle. But now we're going to form our welt by basically you're going to fold this over and fold it back, and then you're basically going to press that in place to make sure that it covers the opening. So you're going to press that real good with your iron, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so once you've ironed it on and you have checked to make sure that no raw edges are showing and that your welt is fully covered, we are going to go ahead and sew it down to create the welt. So basically, once you're going to put your fabric wrong side down, and then you're going to fold the front piece down, and then we are going to be stitching along here. Oh my gosh, you can't even see that. So you're going to be stitching, folding our front piece down, and we're going to be stitching along the triangle. And then once you do that, we are going to flip it around on the other side and do the same thing. Stitch it along this triangle right here. So we're going to go ahead and stitch both of those triangles and make sure keeping everything nice and straight. Hopefully you pressed it really well, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So first we're going to do the top. Fold your front piece down and stitch just along the triangle. You don't need to go past it on both front pieces. So go ahead and do that, and then we will go from there. Okay, well, pockets are all sewn. So this one I did not do a very good job ironing. You can kind of see if you can see this, how the end of my welt kind of goes back. Kind of see that? It kind of overlaps. It should butt up against it. Oops. I could unpick that, but I'm not going to because it's fine. Whatever. But this one looks a lot better. So you can see it's a lot neater looking. So definitely make sure you press. It helps a lot. So now that both of our welts are, those little triangle things are sewn, we are now going to stitch our welt pocket bag together. So you are just going to stitch along here and then stitch all the way along your pocket bag. And you want to use around the curved edge, you want to make sure you're using a zigzag stitch or a serger. Just be careful that you don't cut into your main fabric. If you're making the unlined version, you can also finish the top of your pocket for a nice clean look. And so go ahead and sew that. So again, overlock the top, stitch the top, and then stitch all the way around, and then this will make our pocket all nice in a pocket. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now we should have stitched the pocket. So now we have a pocket and then your welt, and so now we have a pocket. Yay! So you have officially completed your welt pocket. If you notice, this one's my not so pretty one, but only you are going to know my flaw, so don't tell anybody. If anyone's looking at your garments that close, you can poke them in the eye. But now we have two beautiful welt pockets, and you are done for the day. If you are going to be sewing on a kangaroo pocket, if you're making another jacket with a kangaroo pocket, then you are welcome to go ahead and view that next video. But for now, you are done for today, and I hope you enjoy your day. If you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to leave a comment on the daily post on the Sew Little Seam Facebook page, or you can comment on the daily blog post, or you can comment here on YouTube. It's all up to you. But yeah, congratulations on completing your welt pocket. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.